And then you hear the chain clanking against the glass off the lights.
Yeah.
He is. That's why I said, I don't think I could have handled kids.
I know. Well, 2 of them. You wanted 2 of them.
I know,
Could you
thank God.
imagine?
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
And they probably would have both been attached to you too.
Oh.
And then last night, I'm like, I've had enough of him this week. And Mike was home yesterday. So I locked him out of the office. He sat
Hey,
on
with your
the,
dad.
he sat on the stairs and whined.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I need a break.
Oh. He's a cutie. Oh my
monster.
God.
Freaking maniac. He
Oh my
runs
God.
like a maniac. He'll literally bounce off the walls, going around the corner.
Hey everybody, how are you? Hey Lynn. Hey Connie, hey Pauline, hey Cheryl, hey Robin, hey Sandy, hello. Lynn says, hi Brenda Walton. Because she can hear you. Yeah. Hey Bonnie. All right. Anyone know if nanofill is okay for this? Nanofill will work for this. Yes, ma'am. Hope everyone is having a fabulous Saturday. I hope everybody is having a fabulous Saturday too. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Missed you guys. Everybody doing good? This is the one that we're doing today, not this one. I just threw this one on the mat to show you guys later on. Hello. Hi, Lori. We are going to get started in just a few, so we'll give a couple minutes for other people to join in, and then we will hit this bracelet up. Oh, anytime. I'm glad yours arrived on time. Some people are still waiting for theirs, unfortunately, so. But they'll be able to catch the video later. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Mary. We good? Everybody good? Awesome. Hello.
Hi there.
Hey.
I'm just gonna look a minute.
Okay. All right. So I'm working with different colors today, of course, because all the other colors were reserved for kids. So I'm working with peach colors. Peach and gold. So, all right. Let's see, we gotta go over some stuff. So, this is what we're doing today. This is crystal lace. Okay. Very pretty. Store is, yeah, it's kind of open. There are some people here, you know, the door is open, so we're letting people in. I like peach. I like peach too. Next week we're gonna start with making appointments for people so that way they feel more comfortable with coming in. So appointment shopping time, shall we say? Oh my goodness. Hearing myself echo is that's a little different. All right, so this is next Thursday. This is In Bloom. It was also called Flowers in Bloom from Bead and Button. It's not from Bead and Button, it was published in Bead and Button. It's from us here, so. What kind of thread? So I'll probably use 1G or Fireline, but you can use Fireline, Nanofill, whatever works best for you. I guess Fireline is probably be better or something like that, so that way it doesn't slip as much, because I know 1G will probably slip a little bit, so because it's a little silkier. So, all right. Next Saturday is Campari. This is Campari. I don't have to like cue that out. Well, there you go. So this is Campari. These are the 2 kit colorways that will be available. All right. So this is Pacific Opal here, and this is Scarlet. So the top stone on Scarlet is, of course, Scarlet Glacier Blue, I think. And the bottom one is something else. I want to say it's some kind of purple haze or something like that. This one is Pacific Opal on top with a special coating of some sort, maybe lemon. And then the bottom one is Light Azure Verde. So these are custom coated crystals that are on here, the bicones as well. So, all right, but I think I posted the supply list. If not, I will. Here, I'll give you guys a sneak peek to the supply list for next Saturday. This is it. So we got ovals and squares and 4mm and 3mm, some pearls, drops, 8O Delica cylinders. Yes, they are there. They're in the back. Can you see them? And then we have 11s and 15s. So there we go. That's it for Campari. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have to talk about today. So, kits for Campari are online. I like the seafoam. Yeah, the seafoam's pretty. All right, so we will get started in just a moment. Let me sit down. Okay, so today is this guy here, Crystal Lace. So in Crystal Lace, there are 6mm pearls. There are Super 8s. There are Super 8s, which is the smallest version of a Super Duo that you can find. There are 3mm bicones, 15O seed beads, 11O seed beads, and size 8 Demis. So for those of you that got the kit, you notice that the clasp is a little different. It's got the holes that are positioned differently than what you usually see in tube clasp. So it works well for this type of bracelet, but whatever works well for you guys as a clasp, you can grab it. Probably a bar clasp of some sort will probably be best. Okay? All right. I know this is some of the stuff most of you will have, with the exception of maybe like the Super 8s. So this is, of course, a piece that we build on. So we start off with making one little component, and we just build upon it with each component after that. So I know some of you like that, you know, not me, where I like to like make separate components over and over and over again. So these are the colorways that were available online. So Sapphire sold out. Seafoam, I don't know. I think there might be one. Huh? Seafoam is pretty. I know most people like the seafoam one. This one was the topaz, smoky topaz, and this is the amethyst or violet, I think it called it. So I get to name things on my own. So all right, so let's get started. Let's go have some fun. I am using peach colored Swarovski today. Pattern name again, please. So this is Crystal Lace. There will be no printed pattern for this. This is a video class only. Sorry, but we are working through these pretty quickly, so. But the video will be posted on Facebook afterwards and on YouTube, so you can revisit it later on. What is the seed beads? Size 15s and size 11s. Okay, so the Super 8s that I'm using are Alabaster Pastel Light Cream with the peach pearls. Oh no, what do you mean, oh no? Oh no for no pattern, printed pattern? It's okay. You guys can watch me, and you can watch me over and over and over again until you're sick of it. All right, so the 11s and the 15s that I'm going to be using are gold, and I don't know, I'm thinking maybe I'll grab a different color, either 11 or 15, so that way you can distinguish between them. So Super 8's got to check for for plugs. Tiny. Super 8s are tiny. They are. They're little itty bitty things. Hurry up and grab 2 peachy colors and see if anything will work out. This one might. Okie dokie. Gorgeous. Hello. Hi, Lynn. Driving home from a picnic. Why is Lynn saying hello to me? Or hello like that? All right, so I use a different color of 11s because, you know, that way you guys can distinguish the difference. My 3mm bicones are going to be like this red colorish. So, colorish, don't you like that? Bring the mat this way a little bit. It's easier for me to move the entire mat than to move myself or the beads. So, I will use Fireline this time. So just because I like the grip better of Fireline in this piece, there's no fringe, there's no nothing compared to that. So I am also using Crystal Fireline, as you can tell, because I am using a white colored Super 8, darker colored Super 8. If you notice on some of these, the Super 8 is where we pass in between. So, okay, it's not zooming in very well, but there we go, somewhat. There, you can see a thread there. So, that cuts over on the side. So, it's right there, right by my fingernail. But, so you want to kind of use a color thread or color Fireline that's either kind of close to whatever the Super 8 is, so that way you don't have to worry about it. See how much thread. Work with a thread that you're comfortable with, because you're going to end up adding some. This bracelet uses a lot of thread, so work whatever you're comfortable with and go from there. All right, so I'm going to thread my needle now. You guys can get ready.
Thank you so much.
All right. So we're going to start off with, like I said, making one of these pearls here. These little round components here. And we're going to start off on a side one. So, and then we're going to build off of it from there. So what we're going to pick up first, 6mm pearl, a 15-0 seed bead, an 11-0 seed bead, a 3mm bicone, a Super 8, 3mm bicone, 11, and a 15. There is our first sequence that we're picking up. All right, so let's discuss it again. 6mm, a 15, and 11, a 3mm bicone, Super 8, 3mm bicone, 11, and a 15. It can be done as a single strand. I will explain that to you in just a moment, Robin. So just remind me later on when I get finished with one component to explain how it can be done in a single strand. All right, so this is what we're gonna pick up. So you guys see it? Again, 6, 15, 11, 3, super duper, 3, 11, 15. All right, so we're gonna bring this down to the edge of your thread. I did not use a stop bead. The reason is because we're gonna pass through most of these beads again, and it's gonna, quote unquote, make your own stop bead. So just make sure that you leave a tail enough that you can weave it back through and tie it off, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back through the pearl. All right, so we travel back through the pearl, and you can see all my little beads are surrounding the pearl. Extra special cute. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pass back through all the beads that we added and the pearl. And the reason is because we want it nice and stiff. And travel back through the pearl. Coolness. There's our first little guy. Hey, Shirley. You know, cream Super 8s probably would have been better, but I didn't have them, so we went with white. Thank you. Alrighty, so we're gonna pick up now for the second side. So the second side is gonna kind of mirror the other side because, as you can see, so here, let me match it up with the bracelet, what we're actually doing. So can you guys see that over there? So on the mat, right next to the component I'm building. So I'm building out from this side, and now I'm gonna build on this side right here, this part. So, okay. So if we're building that part, then again, we're gonna pick up the sequence of a 15, an 11, a 3, super duper, another 3. Oh, make sure your super duper holes are both opened up because then you're gonna super duper hate me. So, all right. A 3, an 11, and a 15. Hey, guess what? This time we didn't pick up a pearl. Why? Because the pearl is there, so we don't have to pick it up again. All right, so let's discuss a 15, an 11, a 3, a super, a 3, an 11, and a 15. Are we cool in that department? We good? All right, so we're going to pass back through the pearl again. All right, so that is now on that side, as we can see. So now we're gonna pass back through all those beads again. Again, because we want it nice and stiff. And I bead really tight, so, and I'm still passing back through it again, so if you're loose, go back through another time if you feel like you need it. As long as your needle and thread will comply with you, we'll put it that way. Don't break a bead. All right, so I went back through all the beads I added again. I'm exiting that 15. Ta-da! Okay. So I'm gonna wait for you guys to catch up just a moment, and we'll talk about it. I'm gonna put it down. So, Robin, to discuss what you were asking before. If we're gonna make it a single, that means we have to have a 8 Demi on either side. So that would be for a single strand. If we were making a multiple strand bracelet, wherever the multiple strands are going to end up attached, we're going to have the Super 8. So at this point is where we're going to add those little side beads that are connection beads. So, and we're ringing. So, for me, because I'm going to make a multiple strand bracelet, I'm going to be adding right at this point a Super 8. And we're going to go around and we're going to add a Demi on the other side. So, the reason why is because, you know, the Demi kind of takes the place of the Super 8, but it doesn't allow for each. The straps on the side, and it'll help to not fog them up. Okay, I'm back, and we're back. So we're gonna wait for a lot of people to join us again. So if you hear me, say yes, you hear me. Not the people in the shop. I know you hear me. Yeah, I don't know why it's stopping a little bit, but whatever. We'll just keep going. It's going to be recorded anyways, so. Sorry. Sorry, we should be back now. All right, so I will continue on. So at this point now, we are going to pick up a Super 8. Like I said, because this is my connection piece. So for me, Super 8, and go back through the top beads. You hear me? Need a review, had no sound. Okay. All right, I think we're back again. After putting on the last set and going through again, did you go through the pearl? No, I did not go through the pearl. All I did, I stopped at the 15. I stopped right here, and I picked up a Super 8, and I went through the beads that are around here, this side. Okay, so now I'm on the other side of the component, and I'm gonna pick up a 8 Demi. I will review, Lynn, in just a moment. Huh? Yeah, 4's on Thursdays and stuff like that, so. All right, guys, so I'm back now. Ciao, Monica. Zia, Monica. Missed that last step. I know. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to do a quick review on how to do this from the beginning because it keeps on going in and out. So if you guys follow with me, as you can see, I cut my thread. I got nothing on it right now. So we're going to start from the beginning just to review. So, I mean, when you guys watch this over again, you're going to say, oh my God, we already did this one time. So missed everything from when you circled. The pearl keeps freezing. I got you, Lynn. All right, so I'm going to start from the beginning, like I said. So I am going to pick up my 15, my 11, my 3, my Super 8, my 3, my 11, and my 15, and a pearl. This is the first component. Remember, I'm making a first component again. All right. I'm just going to go through this kind of quickly because we've already done this so with everybody else. Doop. Dropped it on the beads. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to travel back through all those beads again. Circle around the component. Everybody's like, let me log back on and we'll see if it's that. And I'm going to continue through the pearl. Okay, so I'm going to do the second side now. Second side, we're not going to pick up a pearl, remember, because we got the pearl there. So I'm going to pick up an 11, a 15, an 11, a 3, a super duper. Okay, so when we stop, so I got both of the sections on. So when we stop, 15 is where I'm going to add my connection points. So since I'm working on this last one right here, I'm going to have one connection piece right here, which would be the Super 8. And on the other side, I'm going to have the Demi. And the reason is because Demi is the end point. So Super 8 on one side, Demi on the other. All right. So I'm going to pick up a Super 8 where I stopped at, which was the 15. And I'm going to go through all my beads up on the top side. Okay, and we're going to continue through these beads. And again, I'm at the 15, so stop. Stop at the 15. Okay. Pick up a Demi and travel through these beads. So we know that our Demi is our end point. So we know we're going to be connecting and growing at this point. So all depends on your directionality and where you want to grow. I like to grow sideways, which is pretty bad to say because we're eating a lot now in quarantine. So I like to grow sideways. All right, so which means I'm gonna have to travel up and around and over to the side here, okay? So I'm gonna continue through the 3mm, through the Super 8, Super Duper, through the 3, through the 11, and through that Super 8. All right, and so now I'm gonna step up into the second hole of the Super 8.
So we're supposed to be on the opposite side of this.
Opposite side of the Demi. So, like Brenda said, we're supposed to be on the opposite side of the Demi. So if I put this over here, Stephanie, do you have written down instructions? I do not. You will have to revisit the video. So, so if I'm putting it right next to my actual piece here, as you can tell, this is the Demi, this is the Super 8 that we're exiting right now. So we're gonna grow this way on the bracelet. That way, all right? So putting it on top and looking at the piece. So if we're exiting the Super 8 and my thread is going upwards, it means I'm gonna pick up this section first up here, okay? So I'm gonna pick up for the second unit, an 11, excuse me, a 15, an 11, a 3, a Super Duper, a 3, an 11, and a 15, and a pearl. All right, so let's review. All right, so reviewing, we got a 15, an 11, a 3, Duper Super, 3, 11, 15, and a pearl. Okay, does everybody see that? Sorry. Okay, so we're exiting the top hole of a Super Duper.
We have 3.
Yeah, so the one that's diagonally across from the Demi.
You said across, I went
Oh,
opposite.
sorry. All right, so it's always interesting when we have other people here. So we're gonna continue through the beads that we just added, not including Super Duper. We're gonna skip over Super Duper. So we're gonna continue through the 15, the 11, the 3, the Super. I'm gonna pull it tighter so that way I can bring it towards me. The 3, the 11, and the 15. Ta-da, one side on. All right, continue through the pearl. All right, on this side, we're gonna pick up a 15, an 11, a 3, Duper Super, a 3, an 11, and a 15. Okay, for review. Whoop. All right. 15, 11, a 3, Super Duper, 3, 11, and a 15. Okay, let's pass through those beads again. The pearl. First the pearl. Circle back around. And then we're gonna pass through the top section of beads again. So through the 15, the 11, the 3, the little minis, Super 8, the 3, and the 15. All right, let's put it down. Hiya. All right, so at this point, we know we're gonna do a connection here because there's gonna be another piece added. I'm doing a 3-row component, so I'm gonna be adding a super here, a Super 8. All right, so I'm gonna pick up a Super 8 and continue through my top line of beads, which would be 15 and 11, a 3. The super. The ones we just put on, yes. Through the super, the 3. The 11, the 15. All right, stopping here, another point. As you can see, it's not totally connected at this point because remember I did not do that connection at first. So and the reason is it's going to be better centered if we leave this open at first and then connect it all around. All right. So we are going to now continue through the Super 8, through the 15, 11, 3 millimeter, Super 8. So you might be tempted to add onto this Super 8 here, but we are growing sideways, remember? Because that's what we do in quarantine. So we are going to continue through our 3 millimeter, R11, R15, and into that next Super 8. All right. And we're going to step up into that Super 8 that's on the side there. Pausing again.
So you need to slow down anyway.
Okay. Ooh, I think I might share your drink. I think I like your drink better. Double shot espresso. All right, so we are going to be adding another one of these components in just a moment. I'm going to wait for you guys to catch up a little bit. As you notice, I go through the beads a couple of times, and that's to reinforce. So we want it kind of stiffer because it makes for a tighter knit bracelet, tighter weave. So passing back through the beads again is good. And if you are like a loose beater, you know, passing through it a third time isn't like a bad thing anyways, so. All right, so adding our third unit now. So exiting our super duper, we're going to pick up, oh, thanks, Zia. You know, Mom made this. La mamma l'ho fatto. All right, so we're gonna pick up a 15, an 11, a 3, duper super, 3. You guys are gonna be hearing duper super and super duper in your sleep. And a 15 and a pearl. So whenever we're adding a brand new unit, remember we always gotta pick up that pearl. All right, so let's review what we picked up. A 15, an 11, a 3, a duper, a 3, a 15, 11, and a 15, and a pearl. Bring those down. Skip over super here, the super duo, and go through the 15, maybe, okay. 15, 11, 3, super duper. I'm gonna pull mine so I can get it closer to me. Come see me, beads. All right. Now through the 3, the 11, the 15. Continue through the pearl. Hi, Leslie. How are you? Thank you for joining and saying hi. I hope you guys are doing okay in California. They're opening up the shopping malls here in Georgia on Monday. I think some of them are already actually open. All right, so on this side, exiting the pearl, we're going to pick up a 15, an 11, a 3, duper super, a 3, 15, excuse me, 11 and a 15. I'm getting my 15s and 11s mixed up today. All good, good. That's awesome. All good in the hood. All right, so we got 15, 11, a 3, a duper, a 3, an 11, and a 15. Okie dokies. Pass back through your pearl. She's chasing pearls across her mat. This is my form of entertainment right now. I'm sorry. Okay, so continue back through the 15, the 11, the 3. I'm sorry, I haven't had guests in front of me in a while, so this is entertaining for me. I like it. I also can hear myself in the form of an echo, so if I pause and I just sound like I'd probably look like a dog tilting the head, but through the 3, through the 11, and through the 15. You guys, for those of you that don't know me, you're probably like, oh my God, this girl's on some kind of drugs. So, I promise I'm a stable, functioning adult. All right, there we go. So that's what we got going on so far. Okay, so we stopped at the 15 because remember, we got to add our connection beads or our end beads at this point. And at this point, we are adding our end bead. So, all right, so end bead is a Demi, so pick up a Demi and go through your 15, 11, 3, duper supers, continue through the 3, the 11, and the 15. All right, remember this point it's not connected, so we're gonna connect it now. So we're gonna go through super duper, 15, 11, don't get your thread wrapped around everything. Continue through the 3, through the super 8. Okay, so at this point, we can either grow this way or we can go this way. I'm gonna come around and go around into this guy right here. And the reason is because if I grow my bracelets lengthwise from this guy here, my thread's gonna end up on the outside edge of my super 8. I do not like to see thread. I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys don't like to see thread either. So for that reason, I'm gonna go and wrap around and come up around this to this super 8. And so that way my thread will be on the inside of the bracelet, which is less likely to be seen. Okay? Thank goodness we have stopped having connectivity issues, it looks like. It seems like it is, I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna continue through my 3, my 11, my 15, the Demis, Oh, by the way, I learned this all in about 15 minutes yesterday afternoon because my mom actually made this bracelet, so. But I'm the one that deems to be on the the videos, so. Through the Super 8. All right, now we're gonna step up into our Super Duper. All right, so here we go. Matching it up against the other bracelet. As you can see, the made one. We have created one row. Not too difficult. So we are going to continue on and make the other rows. Frozen. I'm so sorry, Lynn. Turn down your AC. No, the screen is frozen. Like I said, I'm going to post it later so you guys can watch me later. I'm sorry we have connectivity issues today. It seems like there's a lot of people on the internet, even though it's a gorgeous day. May not be a gorgeous day somewhere else, so. All right, so exiting our Super 8. We are going to build this bracelet this way now, okay? She said, haha. Well, I guess I'm not that frozen. All right, so since we're exiting our Super 8 right here, back on this bracelet right here, we're gonna pick up the beads on this side first, okay? So, having said that, we're picking up a different little sequence than we typically do, okay? So, looking at this, exiting the Super 8 here, we are gonna pick up a 3mm bicone, which I have no more. Let me get some more. We're picking up a 3mm bicone, an 11, a 15, Super Duper, nope, no Super Duper, and Demi. A 15, an 11, a 3, and a pearl. All right, why did I say no Super Duper? Because Super Duper's it's on the outside edge, so. Thank you, Leslie. All right, so the reason we are not picking up a Super Duper is because the Demi should be on the outside edge. And like I said, we're working on our outside edge right now. So again, let's review. Exiting the Super Duper here, we're gonna pick up a 3, an 11, a 15, a Demi, a 15, an 11, a 3, and a 6. Yeah, so you would be picking up Super. All right, we're gonna bring this down to the edge of the thread. Skipping over our dupers, we're gonna go through the 3, the 11, the 15, the Demi, the 15, the 3, and the pearl. So we're going back through all our beads, but we're skipping over dupers. Bring that close. Don't throw your work around like I do. Okay. Ooh, that thing is shredding my fire line. Continue through the beads again, which means through your 3mm. Through your 11, your 15, your Demi, your 15, your 11, your 3, back through your pearl. Okay, so now we're gonna pick up this side right here. So I'm right next to where the super duper should be, right here. And we're gonna be picking up, oh, you can't even see me guys, what I'm doing, so. All right, so again, let me say that again. I'm exiting the pearl right at this point on this bracelet. So I'm gonna be picking up this side right now. So that means I'm gonna be picking up a 3, an 11, a 15, a super duper. Why? Because it's a connection point. 15, an 11, and a 3. All right, so let's review. A 3, an 11, a 15, a super, a 15, an 11, and a 3. For stability, why not the super? Because it won't be centered. Sorry, somebody asked that question a long time ago and I just saw that, Cheryl. Because it won't be centered, it'll be kind of cockeyed. You do end up going through the super afterwards, like when you go through all the beads, so it will be stable after that point. But it's just, if you attach it at one side, it's gonna end up being cockeyed, so. Sorry, I was a little late answering that because I didn't see it until now. I was busy. All right, so now that we picked up that entire sequence, we're gonna go back through the pearl. And travel back through all the beads again. The 3, the 11, the 15, the super, the 15, the 11, the 3, and we're stopping at our 3. Okay, put this down, take a look at it, how it compares to the other bracelets. All right, so we are at the top now. Top is gonna be connection, remember, because our closed part is at the end of the bracelet here. So, and here if we're looking at the bracelet, top part is connection. So before I go through the next bicone, I'm gonna pick up a super duper. And we're gonna continue through the next bicone. Through the 15s, the Demi, next 15, the 11, through the 3, through the super duper, all right, we'll stop right here, and you can tell this is a connection right here, so because it wasn't connected, but now we're going to connect it to center it. So continue through the 3, through the 11, through the 15, and through that super duper. Put this down and let's review. All right, so we're growing again sideways. So with the growing again sideways, we are going to step up into the super here, and we're gonna end up going this way around now. So it's kind of like, you know, right angle wave, no, wave, right angle weave units, almost, as you can see. All right, so we're gonna step up into the super. So as you can see, we're gonna have to pick up some beads here before we, and connect before we actually pick up the pearl. So we are going to pick up a 15, an 11, a 3. Whoop, hit you guys. Travel into super duper connection, super duper. Can you see why? All right. A super duper, excuse me, a 3, exiting super duper, pick up a 3, an 11, a 15, and the pearl. Skipping over the super duper, travel through the 15, the 3, the connecting super, the 3, the 11, and finally the 15. Okay, travel through your pearl. Exiting the pearl, we're gonna pick up the other side now, which would be the complete side of beads. Pick up the 15, the 11, the 3, the super, the 3, the 11, and the 15. Okay, again, a 15, an 11, a 3, a super, a 3, an 11, and a 15. Hey, Joni. And travel back through the pearl. That was our no. Oh, okay. All right. Continue through your 15, your 11, your 3, your super, your 3, your 11, and your 15. Pause, put your bracelet down. Figure out where you are. We are at a connection point right now. So, and we are going to continue to grow this bracelet this way. So we're going to pick up a super duper. And continue through our 15, 11, and a 3. Through that super 8. Through 3, the 11, and the 15. I do. Psychological. Continue through the super. Oh, you're welcome. I enjoy it. Communicating with you guys. So I continue through the super 8, through the 15, the 11, the 3. And we're going to continue all the way around until we reach to this guy here. This guy, which means this guy is our super 8 that's on the side. So we can grow sideways. Remember, we're growing sideways in quarantine. Stepping up into the Super 8. All right, so now we're traveling up and around, so which means our thread's going in different directions, so we're going to be picking up the entire sequence of beads to start off with, okay? So exiting our super, we're going to pick up a 15. Excuse me. I'm thinking right here. Yep, 15 and 11. 3. I need more supers. I have a mess of beads on my mat right now. Super. 3. 11. 15.
Yeah, but aren't these on the end?
All right, guys, so this is the sequence we picked up. A 15, an 11, a 3, a Super 8, a 3, an 11, a 15, and a 6mm pearl. Okay, we're going to bring this down to the edge. And we're going to continue through all the beads that we just added. So continue through, skipping over the Super 8, that is connection point. We're going to go through the 15, the 11, the 3, Super 8, the 3, the 11, and the 15. Back through the pearl. Let's put this down and look at this again. So we're now going to bridge over to this side. Remember, we're sharing this guy here, so we don't have to pick him up. We're just going to go through that second hole. All right, so we're going to pick up a 15, an 11, a 3, and travel through the Super 8. The unoccupied hole of the Super 8 that is above. My thread wants to get tangled. All right. Exiting the Super 8, we will pick up a 3, an 11, and a 15. All right. And we're going to travel back through the pearl. So now we're going to continue through all the beads that we added on the top row here, including that Super 8, which was the connection, which was already there. So continue through the 15, the 11, the crystal, Super 8, the crystal, the 11, and the 15. Thank you. All right, put this down. Take a look at it. My bracelet should be 3 rows wide. I'm at the 3rd row, so therefore this will not be a connection point. This is going to be an ending point. So it means I'm going to pick up a Demi. And I'm going to travel through the 15, the 11, the 3, Super 8, And mine is not connected at this point, because remember, that's the way we center it to make sure it's nice and centered. So I'm gonna have to go around through my beads all over again, just because of that. So continuing through my bicone, my 11, my 15. Super 8, 15, 11, bicone. Through the next super 8, threw it down. It's a throwdown. All right, through the bicone, the 15, excuse me, the 11, the 15, the Demi, the 15, the 11, the 3, through the super 8. Okay, remember at this point, I'm gonna step up into my super 8. I am okay to step up into my super 8 at this point because my thread is gonna be on the inside of the bracelet. Remember I told you guys that to me that's important, to you it may not be, but I don't like to see my thread. So, so for me that's an important part. So I'm going to step up into my super 8, my super 8. And we're getting ready to add another row. Cool? Does anybody have any questions right this instance before I move on to the next row? As I take a drink. Non-alcoholic, of course, Pellegrino. It's a lot of going around in circles. It's pretty much what it is. But it makes a really pretty bracelet. Okie dokie. So, seeing silence, because I can't hear anything, I can only see what you guys are saying to me, then we shall continue on. All right, so exiting this guy, I'll flip this over so that way we can compare it. We're gonna be picking up our outside edge again. See it? This one right here. So that's where we're going. So because of that, we're gonna be picking up a bicone, a bicono. And we're gonna pick up an 11 and a 15. And a Demi, because we're on the outside edge, and a 15, and an 11, and a 3, and our pearl. All right. Outside edge, which is right here. Hey, Cheryl. Right here is where we're picking up this part right here. So we're picking up a 3mm bicone, an 11, 15, a Demi, because outside edge, so we got to close it off with a Demi, a 15, an 11, a 3, and a pearl. Bring those down to the edge. Continue through all the beads that we just added, skipping over. Yay! I'm so glad you did, Cheryl. Hello. I got some people from Italy watching.
Yay, ciao.
Ciao. Non posso parlare italiano tanto. Tantissimo. Okay. So we're going to be skipping over this little guy here, the connection. And so we're going to go through our 3, our 11, our 15, a Demi, a 15, the 11, and a 3 again. through the pearl. Ciao! I swear, at this point right here is where you shred your thread the most because you're closer to the bicones. Okay. So here we are. We're going to pick up our other side now. So let me put this down. We'll explain it again. Put you down, mats. So we're picking up on that bracelet. We're picking up from this side here, starting from here and going up around. Okay. So that means we're going to be picking up a bicone, an 11, a 15, a super duper, a 15, an 11, and a bicone. Travel back through the pearl. All right, let's pick it up. 3, an 11, a 15, super duper, 15, an 11, and a 3. Continue back through the pearl. And travel through your 3, your 11, your 15, your super, your 15, your 11, and your 3. All right, so we're gonna stop and we're gonna put it down again. So that way we can see where we are, we can gauge where we are. So we are at the top, which is another connection point because we're gonna grow lengthwise, remember? So at this point, we're gonna be adding continue through the 3, the 11, the 15, up, the 15, the Demi, the 15, the 11, the 3. Now we're going to connect this guy together because remember he's loose right now. So continue through the super, through the 3, through the 11 and the 15. Low connection again. Hey, Teresa. All right. So we're back. We have connection again. I know I froze for a minute. Sorry. I'm going to go through the super 8 on the side here. So bringing down my bracelet so I can match it up. We are at this point right here on the bracelet, okay? So we're gonna be kind of picking up this sequence and connecting to the open hole of that super 8 that's down below. Okay, so exiting that super 8, we're gonna pick up a 15, an 11, and a 3. And travel through the connecting super 8. All right. Ow, that was my leg that just popped. That hurt. All right, pick up a 3, an 11, a 15, and a pearl. Skipping over this super 8, we're going to continue through the 15, the 11, the 3, this super 8, the 3, the 11, and the 15. Remember, we connect him afterwards because otherwise he's going to be cockeyed. And we don't like cockeyed super 8s. We would like them to be straight. All right, so continue through your 15, your 11, your 3, super 8, your 3, your 11, and your 15. All right, and continue through the pearl. Can't remember which way I had it facing before. I think I had it facing this way. All right, so looking at the bracelet now, we're picking up this part up here, okay? So exiting our pearl, we're gonna pick up 15, an 11, a 3, a duper super, a 3, an 11, oops, an 11, and a 15. Here's our sequence again. We're not sharing anything. Well, nobody's sharing anything. This is the sequence we'll be picking up. So 15, 11, 3, duper, 3, 11, 15. And we're going to travel back through the pearl. Continue through the beads we just added, the 15, the 3, the super 8, the 3, the 15, and the 11. All right, we're going to stop and put it down. We're going to figure out where we are and how we keep going. All right, we are right here. This will be a connection piece, of course, so I'm going to be adding a super 8 over here and continuing back around. Super 8, continue through your 15, your 11, your 3, your super 8, your 3, your 11, your 15, through the connecting super 8. So we're going to continue through the 15, the 11, the 3. Up through the super 8, the 3. The 11 and the 15 and the other super 8. And this is where we're going to step up this Super 8. Trying to lay it down the same direction that I had it before. Then I forget what direction I had it laying down in, but. All right. So, like I said, the top part, since we're not going right here, we are up on top. So we are connecting from here. So we're going to be picking up this entire sequence right here. So we're going to pick up 15 and 11, a 3, super duper because we're on top, 3, 11, a 15, and a pearl. All right, we're going to continue through all the beads that we just added, skipping over the super duo that's connecting. All right, so I just went through all the beads that I just added, and now I'm going to continue through the pearl. Sorry for all the connectivity issues today. Unfortunately, I cannot control technology. I've not gotten to that point yet. So, put this down, same way I had it. So we are over here on this side, this part of this bracelet, right at this point. Okay, so it means that we are going to be continuing through picking up the beads up until we get to this guy here. And this guy is a sharing guy, so we're going to go through the top hole of him. All right, so exiting there, we're going to pick up a 15. Exiting there, I mean exiting the pearl, we're going to pick up a 15, an 11, and a 3. And we're going to continue through the top hole of that Super 8 from the other unit. All right, another 3, 15, excuse me, 3 millimeter, 11, and the 15. Okay, we're going to stop here for a minute and let's discuss. We are at an end bead, or an end, so it means we're not going to add a connection one, which is the Super 8 is our connecting one. We are going to add a Demi, or an 8, yeah, so Demi. Travel through. You guys back with me now? I think so. Okay. All right, continue through. Okay, I think we're finally back. All right. This has been interesting with all the breaks from the connection issues, so. It's okay, it will be posted afterwards, so you'll be able to watch it afterwards, so. All right, so I just went through my connection point here, so I'm gonna go through my 3, my 11, my 15, the Demi, the 3. No, I think it's everybody. I could see it on my side that it says connectivity issues, so I think a lot of people, it's using a lot of bandwidth right now, so we're having problems with that. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through this part right here, this side. And we're going to go through this Super 8 here and then jump up on top. And remember, our string is going to be on the inside of the bracelet, which is where we want it to be. We want it to be on the inside. Okay? So, pick this up. Continue through the 3, the 11, the 15, the Demi, the 15, the 11, the 3, through the Super 8, and jump up. I obviously do not have enough thread to do another unit, but just wanted to show you guys at that point. So basically, we just continue what we just did for the remainder of the bracelet to continue to add on until you get to the length that you desire. So when I post this, just keep on going, and you can rewind the video and stuff like that and go back and look at that. So, But basically, it is the same thing as a repeating bracelet. We did 2 rows and they were exactly the same. So as long as you keep going with the same pattern, then you should be good. So I will talk about now the clasp part on how to do that. All right, so if you guys just want to watch and see with this point, because I know none of you are probably at the point of adding the clasp yet, you know. If you guys are super speedy, then cool. If not, then, you know, I totally get it. So let's see if I have enough thread. I might have enough thread on my tail end to be able to do this part. So I'm going to thread my needle on there. All right, catch the replay. Thank you. Yeah, all right, we're good to go. So looking at what my mom did here from the clasp part, we're going to be exiting. You're going to attach a thread or whatever, and you're going to exit right before the end Super 8. Thank you. Yep, Mom did a good job. We're going to pick up 3 15 seed beads and go through the top hole of that Super 8. Can I get a clasp? So I picked up 3 15s and went through the top hole of the Super 8. And I'm just waiting on a clasp to be delivered. Special delivery of a clasp. All right, some tricks of adding clasp. When you're adding a tube clasp or any kind of clasp to be that for that fact, unless you want your bracelet to twist, you're gonna leave your clasp closed. You're gonna, of course, check it out and make sure you can open it and close it and stuff like that. That's not like a malfunctioning clasp when you first put it on. But leave it closed. And the reason is because I don't want you separating them out and twisting it around, and then you have 2 ends that won't connect, and then you'll have to tear it apart again to re-put the clasp back on. So do yourself a favor, keep the clasp whole. All right, put together. All right, so exiting that Super 8, we're gonna be picking up an 11, a 3mm bicone, a 15, and we're gonna go through the first hole of the clasp. All right. Now we're going to pick up another 3. And a 15. And we're going to go through the second hole of the clasp. I'm actually looking at this as we're doing it, so don't mind me taking breaks. Pick up an 11/0 seed bead, travel through that middle Super 8, the open hole. Pick up another 11, go through the next hole of the clasp. You notice how the holes on this clasp are a little different. than what you typically see in a tube clasp. They're turned a different way. All right, so we're gonna repeat that sequence that we did right there on the first 2 holes on the last 2 holes. So we're gonna pick up an 11. We're gonna pick up, excuse me, a 15, a 3, and a 15. Travel through the last hole of the clasp. Pick up another 3 and a 1 and travel through the open hole of the last. Pick up 3 15s and travel through that 3mm bicone on the side. Ta-da. Okay. Up through these 3 15s on the side. Through the top hole of the Super 8. And then continue back through all the beads you added and through the tube clasp on top. All the beads again to reinforce. All right. Then you tie that end off and you work on the other end of the bracelet. Okay, so I know you guys are gonna have to revisit the video because we had some connection issues, lots of connection issues, but it'll be reposted because it was recorded the whole thing, so you guys would be good. You can watch it, and you can watch what I did in between the breaks. So, you know, and to entice you to make you watch the video in between the breaks, you don't know what I was drinking. Was I drinking Corona? Who knows? All right, so it makes a really pretty bracelet, and I'm really glad you guys joined us today. So excuse my mess. So remember, we are doing, I guess Coffee with Stephanie would be on Mondays. And then we are doing Thursday is In Bloom. Ta-da, this is In Bloom. There's still some kits available. So of this color. And I'm trying to see if there's any of the silver color available, maybe. So, yeah, and we do have some silver colors available. All right, 4? Yeah. Okay, we have 4 now of those left available. You're welcome, thank you. And then on next Saturday, let's hope not everybody is online, but next Saturday we will be doing, thank you. I was like, what did I call this thing? Campari. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's a pendant base. It's a pendant, but it's a component based. So it means that you can do whatever you want with these components after you've figured out how to make them. Okay. And I will say that this right here, this is how I really do all of my square stones. So you will learn the secret to how I bezel my square stones. So, all right, through that class. So thank you guys so much. Let me take you off of the stand, unplug you. Look at the disaster. See? It's always the fun. It's like, oh, that's what I'm drinking. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us at Beadjoux again. It was great. I'm sorry we had connection issues, but, you know, you can catch me on the replay. So thanks again, and I will see you guys on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. I will be posting some more cabochons and some more other beads and stuff like that this weekend. So I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you guys supporting us and making sure that we still make it here, even though we didn't really have that many customers coming in through the door for the past month and a half. All right, take care, guys. Hugs, kisses, bye.